Hello, I'm Pat Quinn, Mayor of the City and County of Broomfield.
And I'm Guyleen Castriotta, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for joining us tonight for this Community Strong 4th of July special. While it's certainly not our typical fireworks show, it's our time to come together and reflect on this community's incredible response and resiliency. During these past 4 months, we've faced an unpredictable global pandemic, historic recession, and overdue conversations about racial injustice.
Still, you've stepped up for each other, sacrificing individual freedoms for the greater good, and I couldn't be more proud. Now let's begin with a look at where we've been and where we're going before celebrating Broomfield's strength with fireworks and a concert.
One of the things that just has always amazed me is how this community comes together in times of need. And that has certainly been the case the last few months in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Broomfield residents and Broomfield nonprofits have all just been so amazing to work with, to come together in a time of need and show that we can work through this and come out on the other side way better than where we started.
We're delivering Meals on Wheels is what we're doing. Can't think of anything better to be doing today.
Serving the citizens of Broomfield that can't get out and be able to get food for themselves.
I think that moments like these offer a pretty unique opportunity to feel like you are connected to your community. Opportunities to volunteer and serve really help us pull together as a community and know that we're not alone.
We are here today with a bunch of volunteers who are putting together care packages. In times like this, where things are really hard, we just need to come together and be there for each other.
Today and every Tuesday and Thursday, we are providing bags of food to anyone who comes and drives through. It's as important as ever to make sure that people have access to the food that they need.
Welcome to Fish. How are you today?
We're seeing a lot more families in need. We are averaging 80 families a day. We're seeing a lot of people who are afraid and uncertain, but at the same time relieved that they can come to a place like Fish and get support.
We are just excited to be here, and we thank everybody for their patience and their time.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It's really important that people get fed.
Other people are feeling the same way, that we are all in this together, to realize that we are a community and that as a community we will pull through this.
We are stronger together, 6 feet apart. We all need to be putting the public in public health. This is a really difficult time for a lot of people, and there is help out there. Please don't feel like you're alone.
You know, we're a special community, and it's great to see how this community comes together in times of need.
Once we started to see cases in Washington, I think we started to realize it was going to make its way across the United States and in Colorado. So when it did hit and we saw a huge spike in cases in early March, I think there was a quick realization that this was a pandemic that nobody has seen in 100 years. So it just really emphasized the need to be agile, adjust, be thoughtful, really collaborative. It definitely hasn't just been a public health effort. It's been a city and county of Broomfield effort. It's been amazing to see the team really come together and gel. I knew we had really talented, dedicated, and smart people in public health who have always been doing amazing work. In Broomfield, we like to step up and figure it out and lead the way. And I would say I haven't seen any other health department stand up a testing program as quickly as we did it. And the key thing was we stood it up and did it well. And we also adjusted based on lessons learned, and we keep adjusting and keep doing it better. You'll recall we were telling everybody, if you're symptomatic, just stay home. Well, now we're starting to change that message to say, if you're symptomatic, please go get tested. And the reason that's important is we need to be able to identify who has the virus to be able to better manage it in our community. And our residents just stepped up. Broomfield is such an amazing community. They just care about each other. And so we see it through the data that our cases have declined, our hospitalizations have declined, and that's why we want to keep going. We want to keep doing what we need to do. Our residents are part of the solution. They want to be actively involved, and I'm lucky to be in Broomfield.
Thank you, Public Health, for your leadership and proactive approach to slowing the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus in Broomfield. Thank you to our residents for staying patient with us as we resumed council meetings remotely to keep the business of the city going.
The City Council and the City and County of Broomfield stepped up to support our residents and local businesses almost immediately after the stay-at-home orders went into effect.
With quick action, we were able to launch a new Bridge the Gap Housing Assistance Fund, a modified Enhanced Broomfield Fund for local businesses, and a simplified process for restaurants to expand outdoor seating.
So our Enhanced Broomfield program is a grant program that was originally designed to assist businesses with exterior improvements. However, in response to COVID, we recognized that businesses were struggling just to pay rent. They had over 100 days of lost time in terms of their businesses being closed. And we adapted this program with the support of the city manager and city council to utilize not only the initial funds we had in this account, but additional funds to help businesses. To date, we've helped over 115 businesses with a total of over $485,000 awarded in grants that have impacted over 700 employees. So really taken a quick and proactive approach in helping businesses to stay open, reopen, and continue to hopefully thrive in this next phase of reopening.
I can't say enough to the City Council and everyone for even putting this program together. We still have all of our applications for the federal programs sitting waiting to be processed, and we haven't heard any word back. And the fact that on a local level, they saw the need and the desire that us businesses want to do all that we can was just amazing. And so we put in the application not thinking anything. We're small potatoes. There's a lot of other businesses in town that are been around for a long time, and so we were elated that we even were considered for the money, let alone receive some of it to help it out. And I don't know what the future holds down the line completely. Every day it's a day-to-day around here sometimes, but I'll tell you, we'd be having a lot bigger and much difficult, more different conversations with me and my wife than we are right now without the help of the city of Broomfield. I'll tell you that much.
We oftentimes think of our stores and our restaurants as being only those impacted, but it's so many others. It's the healthcare clinic, it's the dentist, it's the gym you've been going to, it's the business where you've been working. And all of those businesses have been impacted just like a family has. We're moving on to this next stage now of businesses reopening. And that's the really good news, because everybody's doing it in a safe manner and with their customers as their primary focus. So that's the three tacks we've taken: is strong and reasonable guidelines that that are clear to businesses and customers, providing direct support, and then providing informational support.
In 2018, Health and Human Services started a program called Self-Sufficiency Rental and Mortgage Assistance. So when COVID hit, we wanted to make sure that we were able to be agile and ready to help folks that we knew were going to be displaced from employment or not being able to make enough money to pay their bills. So we really just kind of changed that SSRMA, is what we called it, Self-Sufficiency Rental Mortgage Assistance Program. And it was renamed Bridge the Gap. And we figured that bridging that gap between loss of employment until other benefits could be provided or until employment was regained was really the important piece. The number of households that we were able to assist was 71, but that included 110 adults and 81 children in Broomfield that are all Broomfield residents. So 191 individuals benefited from that Bridge the Gap program. We do know a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. It's just a reality in our world. But if we can help somebody get to a position where they've got a month or two of rent saved up, so that it doesn't become, if I don't do this now, I'm evicted and I have no home. Really about that prevention, right? We want to make sure that we're preventing folks from losing their sustainable housing option. One thing I think I want to throw a huge shout out to the Broomfield community, because we work closely with our private nonprofits and our community steps up huge. Broomfield is active. People were donating their time, their money, their vehicles, their energy, whatever it was, phenomenal. It's amazing. I haven't heard of any other community in the metro region or the Front Range that was able to activate that quickly and have that much success.
In addition to the financial support, the city has placed an emphasis on proactive and transparent communication with our residents, including a daily email with the number of cases each day and weekly telephone town halls to share updates and field your questions.
The heartfelt text messages and emails that I'm getting personally for our staff, they make it worth it, and they keep things in perspective for us, and they remind us that the whole reason that we are here is to serve this community.
These town halls have been critical to hearing from you about your concerns and suggestions. We listened. When seniors called to tell us they weren't getting enough information, we added a daily recorded update.
Thank you for your question, and also thank you for volunteering to help out.
When our vulnerable community members called to tell us they were feeling isolated and needed help, we created the PALS program to match volunteers with residents in need.
How are you?
Broomfield Pals, it's an opportunity to connect people who live in the Broomfield community. It's a volunteer program and help if there are certain projects that people would need help with, or just a way to connect, especially during this time.
I have something for you, young lady, so you'll be ready for the 4th of July.
It's been such a delight to get to know this family and have children around. We look forward to their visits. My 95-year-old mother is with me this winter, spring, and into summer now because of the pandemic, and we've needed some help.
We brought some sidewalk chalk, so writing messages. I know Linda has sent us a couple cards, which has been really nice. So just to get to know each other a little better and make connections during this time.
This is my pal, Rebecca. She makes contact with me like once a week. As an older person, I'm in a self-quarantine. It's really nice to just get to know somebody.
In a time of physical distancing, it's more important than ever that we're reaching out to our community and making social connections and making sure we're all hanging in there together.
So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I do. I really do. Oh, that's splendid, kids. Thank you so much. That plant will be grateful.
It makes me feel good to help do work for others, and then the next time I come back, I get to see what I've helped with.
Nice to know that you're making someone's life better by doing something like this.
Broomfield is a great community. I just think it's wonderful that Broomfield is looking at the senior community and providing Broomfield Pals.
I didn't realize how much I needed to talk to someone in the community too, and so this relationship has been really, really great for me to have someone to call every week and check in on, but you're checking in on me too. So thank you for your support.
Yeah, I think it says a lot. I think it's just another facet of this wonderful community of providing opportunities to volunteer for those who want to give back, and also, you know, the opportunity for people to receive help who need help. So I think it's a wonderful program, and, you know, I encourage more people to get involved if they can.
The City and County of Broomfield was proud to partner with the Broomfield Enterprise and Community Foundation to launch a special Heart of Broomfield Coronavirus Community Heroes program. The new effort recognizes those members of our community who are stepping up during the novel coronavirus pandemic. Whether it's a postal worker, delivery driver, grocery store employee, neighbor, or stranger, we want to know how individuals and organizations have made a difference during these difficult times. Each week, a nominee is honored in the pages of the Broomfield Enterprise and across our digital media platforms. Here are just a few of the special heroes showcased so far. Have you seen the American flag and its veteran at St. Anthony's North Hospital campus? Over the past few days, local veteran Joe Duncan has been honoring our heroes. Joe spent many hours each day waving the American flag and playing music next to Heroes Work Here sign. He will continue to do so until he's told otherwise. Another nomination letter for Broomfield Heroes is to recognize Dr. Shannon Hill with Broomfield Family Practice. It says she's the kind of physician we should all strive to be, putting everyone else first before herself. It says as soon as COVID-19 was announced in the state, she went to cheer up the nurses and associates, wearing a full dinosaur costume and passing out Girl Scout cookies. She went to local hospitals when EMS and personal protective equipment was running low to get support to them. And when other clinics didn't want to take sick patients, Dr. Shannon Hill remained open for our community. Another nomination letter sent in says David helps deliver food to residents in senior housing, staffs the mobile pantry at Centennial Elementary School, makes emergency food boxes for drive-up distribution, solves Fish's IT issues, and helps manage the middle school volunteer pack program, and generally ensures that during this COVID-19 crisis, Broomfield Fish is meeting the community needs by feeding families and fueling hope. Another nomination sent in says, in Broomfield, there are artists, landscape designers, bakers, Girl Scout leaders, church volunteers, school parents, mask makers, and amazing neighbors. And every once in a while, all of these roles culminate into one terrific person. Christy Lind has been a glowing example of someone who stepped up during the novel coronavirus pandemic, while at the same time taking care of her own family. During this pandemic, the nominator said, I will remember those people who went out of their way to help others, and Christy will be at the top of my list. Another nomination came in for the staff at Broomfield Skilled Nursing Facility, saying this building is full of heroes, keeping our most vulnerable population safe. With visitor restrictions, staff are going above and beyond to make sure the residents feel safe and loved. The writer says, my mother lives here and I could not be more proud of the staff there. They've been cutting hair for the residents, which we know make you feel better, engaging residents with loved ones through video chats, and residents are also being able to engage with their physicians through telemedicine. This letter says that Kyle is on the front lines of service, making meals for Boulder Community Hospital and delivering them through Feed the Frontlines Boulder 3 times a week. Also, twice a week, they make thousands of free meals for their laid-off staff of dishwashers, line cooks, and wait staffs. He's the culinary director of the Big Red F Group and has been working nonstop to keep businesses surviving, furloughed workers fed, and most importantly, doctors and nurses meals as they fight COVID-19 locally. This nomination says that since the school has been closed to the coronavirus, Broomfield High School principal Ginger Ramsey has continued to be an amazing leader. It says she continues to have excellent communication, rolled out online learning without a hitch, and has been encouraging staff and students to share fun videos as they make it through this time. They say she's also taken the 2020 graduating class under her eagle wing and presented a sea of signs for all 384 of the 2020 graduates on display at the school community for members to view. The nomination says she's an exemplary principal with a huge heart, and she deserves a Heart of Broomfield award. This nomination says Susan, a Broomfield resident living in Anthem Highlands, is the chief nursing officer at Avista Hospital in Louisville, and under her leadership, the nurses at Avista have sang her praises before COVID-19 and shouted from the rooftops how incredible she's been during. She's always remained calm and available, and her positive attitude is constant and a reflection of her team to take care of themselves during this difficult time. And here's a kudos to Principal Sarah Marks and the entire staff of Legacy High School for creating a uniquely brilliant COVID graduation experience. I applaud Mrs. Marks and her entire staff for creating the venue to celebrate the seniors with a COVID commencement, said the nominator. This letter wanted to recognize Natalie, who volunteers all over town to brighten community and bring joy to everyone she meets. The nominator says she works alongside at Broomfield Fish and is constantly inspired by her seemingly limitless energy, curiosity, and enthusiasm. She keeps special treats with her at all times to add an extra smile for every child or puppy she meets, and makes all of the participants driving through for food feel seen, heard, and celebrated. School may be out for summer, but Broomfield resident and teacher Julia Franklin has been working tirelessly to deliver bikes to students in need, said this nominator. Julia noticed during a show and tell Zoom call that some students didn't have bikes to show. Julia made sure that many students who earned bikes by meeting their reading goals and were able to have their hard work honored. Julia raised money through social media to buy new and used bikes to distribute to students at their homes alongside classroom teachers. Julia is a teacher who truly listens and will do everything in her power to make sure students have what they need to be successful in school and life. Julia is a vibrant ray of sunshine for the Broomfield community and deserves to be honored as a Broomfield hero. During this time of isolation due to COVID-19, Karen has spent time organizing many weekend classic car cruises through Broomfield neighborhoods and the surrounding areas to spread joy to Broomfield residents, said this nomination letter. Many people have been able to enjoy the classic cars from the safety of their driveways and homes as the cars cruise through the neighborhoods of Broomfield. And she's also worked with a senior living facility in Louisville to organize a special Father's Day cruise for their residents. From all of us at the City and County of Broomfield, thank you, Broomfield heroes, recognized today and unrecognized throughout this entire crisis.
Now, as we start the slow and guided reopening of our community, it's important to remember the basics: wearing a mask, keeping physical distance 6 feet apart, washing our hands, and staying home if we're sick.
Here's a quick look at public health protections in place as Broomfield begins reopening our public buildings.
As we begin opening the City and County of Broomfield facilities to the public, it's important for you to know about the controls and safety measures we've put in place. These measures are designed to keep visitors and employees as safe and healthy as possible and to help slow the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus. It's important to note that you can access many of our services online from home or by scheduling an appointment ahead of time. This will make it faster and help limit exposure. To find out about what services are offered online or to set up an appointment, visit our website at broomfield.org. Those who do visit our facilities will see plenty of signage that provides guidance and reminders about such things as required face coverings, physical distancing, washing your hands or using hand sanitizer, keeping your visits to our facility as brief as possible. We've also made markings on the floors and walls to help demonstrate where people should stand in line or relative to other people. The City and County of Broomfield has also introduced new guidelines for staff to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. Wearing masks, taking temperatures at home or upon entering the building before each shift, using hand sanitizer and washing hands frequently when coming and going from the building, keeping 6 feet of space between themselves and others at all times, wiping down workstations frequently throughout the day. Employees who come into contact with the public might also be asked to wear gloves. City and County of Broomfield employees have been instructed to work from home whenever possible, and facilities will have no more than 50% of staff in a building at any given time. Employees will stay home if they feel sick or have been exposed to someone who is sick. The City and County of Broomfield is pleased to be able to begin the slow and guided process of reopening to the community. Please stay up to date with the rapidly changing information by visiting our website at broomfield.org/COVID. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Nextdoor. We want to thank all of you for your patience and understanding during this trying time, and we also want to thank you for following the public health guidelines that will keep us safe and healthy.
The Broomfield Library is reopening on July 1st, and we are so excited to see everyone back. There have been a few changes to how you're going to move through the library that I'm excited to show you, so follow along. The library will be open the same hours that it was open before COVID. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. will be reserved for vulnerable populations and will be closing periodically throughout the day for additional cleaning. When you return to the library, you'll find that we've created a lot more space to make physical distancing easier for you. We're also quarantining materials, and we're closing the library periodically throughout the day for extra cleaning and sanitization. Entrance to the library will be limited to 50% of the building capacity. That includes fewer folks in the children's library as well. You will notice that some of our aisles aren't 6 feet apart, so we're asking folks to make sure that they are in aisles by themselves or with their family members. The library will have one-way entrances and exits and clearly marked routes through both floors. These interior stairs will be up only. If you visit the second floor of the library, we'll ask you to exit down these stairs. You'll find that you can now check out books on the second floor before you exit. In order to comply with the public health order and provide enough physical distance between computers, you'll find that half of our public terminals will be unavailable. You'll be able to make same-day reservations for your time on the computer. We'll be able to help you with that at the reference desk. Masks are required to enter the Broomfield Library, and we do ask that you keep them on during the duration of your visit. If you don't have a mask, we have plenty to supply you with. Curbside pickup of holds will continue after the library opens on July 1st. So there you go. If you have further questions about library hours, cleaning schedule, or the measures we're taking, visit broomfield.org/library.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Paul Durder Recreation Center. We are excited that we are open again for business. We're going to take you on a little tour today to show you what we do have available so that you can register and sign up on brex.com. When you arrive for your scheduled appointment time, we ask that you wait outside until the doors open, maintaining proper social distancing. You will come through the facility and line up on the spots that are marked. We will check you in, ask you a few questions, and then we'll take you on a guided tour to make sure that you understand our proper protocols and procedures. Welcome to the cardio area. As you can see, all of our equipment is spaced at least 6 feet apart. We just ask you to please disinfect the equipment before and after every use and maintain proper social distancing. We also have cardio equipment spaced along the track all the way around. You just need to follow the arrows to the exit. This is our circuit and weight room. And as you can see, all of our weight room equipment is currently available for use. Again, we do ask you to wipe down all of the equipment before and after use for everyone's safety and to remain socially distancing while you're using the equipment. For the cardio and weight room, you can book a 2-hour block of time appointment. And during that 2-hour block of time, you can come anytime that you want. After the 2 hours, we will close the facility and we'll do a deep cleaning of all of the equipment. The swimming pool is now available for lap swimming, water aerobics exercise classes. The lazy river is open for exercise, and all of those are available for appointment only. Coming soon, the leisure pool will be open for family swim times, and in July we'll be starting to offer swimming lessons and private lessons. We're asking all of our pool appointments to please line up on the sidewalk behind the sign instructing you to line up by each cone to exhibit proper social distancing. The lifeguard will come out to your scheduled appointment time, give you some instructions, and then bring you into the pool area. We're excited that we are now offering our group fitness classes again. You need to register by appointment only on brex.com. We are also offering our boot camp outdoors. We are now accepting registrations for gymnastics classes and programs through brex.com. The gymnasium is available for appointment only, 2-hour blocks of time for single-use play. The following programs are currently available by appointment only and must be made online at brex.com. The cardio and weight room for 2-hour blocks of time to use the equipment. Single person or family gym for 2-hour blocks of time to be used for single play use. Limited group fitness schedule. Virtual fitness classes. Limited lap swim. Water aerobics classes and water walking. The river walking. Family swim times in the leisure pool will begin in July, as well as swimming lessons and private lessons. We also have additional programs available for an additional registration fee. These include personal training appointments and gymnastics small group classes. Thank you for your patience. We're excited to be able to be open again to all of our community members. Please see our website at broomfield.org or to book all of your appointments on brex.com. Thank you. We look forward to seeing all of you back at the Paul Durder Recreation Center.
The Broomfield Police Department has also had to adapt to the pandemic. Patrol and detention officers were given personal protective equipment to keep themselves and residents safe during calls for service.
While most people were working from home, the officers and 911 dispatchers continued to report for their essential duties.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the death of George Floyd and the protests that followed. Chief of Police Gary Krieger and his entire administration team stepped up to the plate to answer questions about everything from the department's use of force policy to de-escalation tactics, training, bias reporting, and more.
I'm so proud of our department for implementing the 8 Can't Wait strategies and use of body cameras years ago. Let's be clear, we still have work to do to address systemic racism, inclusion, diversity, and a sense of belonging in Broomfield. We are fully committed to partnering with you all to listen, learn, and create a plan to do better in Broomfield.
I want people to know that police officers are there to help them, to not be afraid to ask us for help, just knowing that we're in it for the goodness of this job.
Community policing is so important because the police should be a part of the community. We're all together in this. The policing should reflect its public should reflect its policing.
Community policing is super important because we rely on our citizens to be our eyes and ears when we're not there. Unfortunately, we can't be everywhere at once. So if we can build good relationships with, our citizens, then they essentially help us out.
So the reason why I became a police officer was to help people and to be out there and support people and be out there with a helping hand and let people know that I'm human too and I'm out here to help. So that's the main thing. I just love serving my community. So on the bike, it's more personable. People are out, I can be face to face. On the bike, I'm right out there with them, so that's the best thing.
I love swinging by the park and hanging out with kids and saying hi and handing out stickers. And I also enjoy the sense of accomplishment I get from this job.
This is so special because the last 2 weeks, in the wake of some horrific things we all witnessed occurring at the hands of bad police officers, yet we have a police department committed to its community, committed to engaging its community, and committed to being a part of its community and policing the right way, and having an opportunity to have some citizens come out and meet with us and show their appreciation, and us to show our appreciation to them is just extra special.
This was a celebration for the Broomfield PD. Just a shout out to the Broomfield Police that we love you and keep up the good work. Broomfield has an awesome police department.
It says, thank you for everything you do. You all are amazing. Keep up the great work. Hope to be here one day as a cop too. We love you.
I say keep up the good work.
Oh my gosh, it's anywhere from protecting the schools, a simple wave when they drive by the house. They're at every single event that happens in Broomfield. Broomfield rocks.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Every time I come into work and I see that support, we have a community behind us and it's amazing. Yeah, so very lucky to be here in Broomfield.
Maintaining that balance that comes from the public seeing its police, directing its police, being a part of its police is huge to the continued work of police officers across this nation to partner with its community to keep us all safe.
Well, I grew up in Broomfield and I knew that I wanted to give back to my community is really what it comes down to. I knew I wanted to help protect the community that helped raise me.
It's very well worth it, especially when people come up and they say, hey, thank you so much for what you do. It's worth it.
While we know this has been a far cry from a true fireworks show, we appreciate you joining us tonight and for your support throughout this trying time.
I truly believe Broomfield is the best community in the state, the nation, in fact, the world, and I'm proud to be in this with you all. We leave you now with a look back at our traditional 4th of July Great American Picnic and fireworks show before a concert by the Jack Hadley Blues Band. Thank you, Broomfield.
Broomfield, how you doing out there? It's the 4th of July, make some noise!
We are at Broomfield's 4th of July Great American Picnic at the Broomfield County Commons Park. Lots of happiness, lots of joy, lots of silliness. There's a lot of silliness going on. They're having a great time, very relaxed, just enjoying themselves.
Happy 4th of July!
I think it's a beautiful park. It's right in the center of the city and county of Broomfield. I think this is a place where the community comes together to enjoy the 4th of July. I just think it's an awesome opportunity to get out here and be with your neighbors and be with your fellow community and enjoy this event. You smell in the air, you smell the picnicking going on, you see the families out here having a good time. That's what 4th of July is about.
Oh, this is great. It's beautiful weather. It's the 4th of July, America's birthday, having a great time. Couldn't ask for anything more.
This is awesome. This is the best event ever. Happy 4th of July. What do you think? Do you like it?
I love it! Happy 4th of July, everybody!
Having a good time, burning some energy, cooking, out here with a lot of the family and community. It's a great time.
Oh, I tell you, it's just an incredible experience. 4th of July here in Broomfield. Everyone's having a wonderful time.
We're just out here and celebrating with family, being part of a community, and it's just a great event to come out and see the fireworks and be with the kids. It's fantastic. Love it.
Broomfield loves this. They love their festivals and they love this 4th of July event. They come out by the thousands and we're expecting somewhere between 10 and 14,000 people. Some of them come very early in the morning and set up their tents. They put up their volleyball nets and their badminton and they're playing all day long, having barbecue and cookout. Family, friends, neighbors, all together.
We've got a ton of activities going on out here, face painting, We got a bouncy castle. We got a couple bands. There is a bike parade that's going on. It's going to be led around the park, so that's going to happen. We have some pony rides that are going on, and then of course the big show at about 9:30, the fireworks.
Another wonderful event on the 4th of July in Broomfield. People having fun, great event, lots of food, lots of activities, and going to be great fireworks later on tonight.
Right now we're watching the kids get ready with the bike parade. It's a tradition to see how the bikes are all decorated. It's just a fun evening to everybody get together, kind of forget about the problems and celebrate our freedom.
It's a ton of work. Takes a lot of collaboration across the city and county between the police department, parks department, the recreation services department, facilities, fire department. So there's a lot of folks out here. It takes a lot of work to put this thing together.
You know, we really like being here because it's a great opportunity for us to talk with the community, have really positive interactions with the community, be a part of the community that we serve. It's just a great event.
This is a place that really feels like hometown. We want it to be a hometown event. Just that overall feel is awesome to be out here.
I'm really proud to be a part of this, to bring everyone together. I love seeing neighbors and friends being with friends, and it's always been my favorite thing to do.
The city does a lot to make sure that it's a safe, family-friendly environment for everybody. And you know, you get to come out here with your neighbors and meet new neighbors and celebrate the 4th of July. And they do a great fireworks show. And we've been coming for about 3 or 4 years now. And, you know, it keeps getting better and better.
We are Broomfield.
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 We are Broomfield.